Hello dear Ayurveda enthusiasts and welcome to my channel Vanishri Ayurveda. All the subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the red bell icon under this video and you would be a subscriber. So you will be notified of the new videos that I put on every week. Today we are going to talk about Ayurveda for our kids. Don't we feel sad when our little ones are sick? And as the weather is changing now, we are into fall, and you might see that little kids fall sick quite often in the fall. And why is that? So we are going to answer a few of these questions in this video. But before we start, it's very important to know the constitution of your child. If you know the constitution or prakruti of your child, it becomes very easy to know what right food they should eat, how you should take care of them, and things like that. So how would you know what your child's prakruti is? So let me tell you some characteristics or traits of different prakrutis and how would you know what prakruti your child is. A Vata child usually is like a slender, slim, excessively active child. They always like to run a lot. They are very creative. Also, they would kind of have an irregular appetite. So they would sometimes eat better, sometimes they won't, sometimes they would poop better, sometimes they won't. They're more prone to getting constipated. Also, because they're cold internally, they get fairly easily cold and are always cooler than other constitutions. They usually have darker skin tones and are very quick in their mind and body. Now let's look at Pitta. Pitta children are usually moderately built. They have a very sharp appetite, so they're usually voracious eaters, which is good. So they kind of love virtually everything that is presented in front of them. They don't have issues with eating at all, not picky eaters, and also they are kind of hungry children. So I would say not hungry, I'm sorry, hangry children. So if your child is getting hangry, please make a note of it and keep them well fed, because this is a very important characteristic of a Pitta child. Hunger does not go well with them. So see to it that they are well fed. They cannot tolerate skipping meals, so never allow them to skip meals. They also have a tendency to get overheated because in general they have a lot of heat in their system as they're made of fire and water elements, so they get hot very quickly. They have big sharp eyes, fine straight hair, sharp intellect, and very innovative mind. So they will always try to do things differently. Like if you tell them to do something this way, they would never do it the right way. They would always find another way to do it. They are more prone to getting angry. They have more diarrhea. Also, they are easily frustrated because they just have that heat in their mind. So any irritation or frustration, that just bothers them like that. Now let's look at Kapha. Usually Kapha kids are very solid, sturdy body, extremely well built, and they have a lot of strength and endurance. But their digestion is kind of mild or slower, so they don't get hungry quite often, and they have a tendency to put on weight easily. Also, Kapha's eyes are very large. They're captivating. They have abundant hair. So if your child is born with abundant hair, remember it might be a Kapha child. Their hair is also wavy, but they're the most like mellow, sweet children to take care of. They would not bother you a lot. They would play by themselves. Also, they sleep very soundly. So a Kapha child would sleep from day one throughout the night. Also very steady in whatever they do, very compassionate. Also, they're prone to chronic congestion because they have in general a lot of water and earth element in their system. They're prone to having colds and flus and respiratory issues a lot more than other constitutions. Also, they're more lethargic sometimes if they're excessively tired. Also, they love to sleep. So a kapha child may not like to get up early in the morning. Now, a very important thing to remember is our life is divided into 3 parts, okay, and in every part one dosha reigns. So the first part from 0 to 16 is our kapha stage of life, where kapha reigns the most, where it's all about growth and nourishment, right? Because you might have seen kids drooling, their nose is running all the time, because they in general have a lot of water and earth element, because it's that stage of life. So see to it that you're not feeding them a lot of kapha things that would aggravate kapha. So say for instance excessive dairy products, or a lot of sweet or heavier things like too much carbs or too much rice, things like that. See to it that you're not feeding your children any cold food, because that can hamper their digestion. Your digestive fire or your children's digestive fire would always need something that is warm and nourishing. So see to it that you're not feeding children like straight up raw vegetables. I would rather recommend you to like warm them up or steam them up for a bit and then serve it to them. Also see to it that they are having a good healthy digestion. That means they are having a good bowel movement during the day. Preferably if it's in the morning, it's very good. There could be other stressors that could bother with their bowel movement if they have not had enough sleep or they're just too stressed out. But see to it that they're at least having one bowel movement during the day. I hope you like the first part of my video. In the next part, we are going to talk about some little tools and tips on how to keep your little ones healthy. Please keep on watching and stay tuned. Thank you.